You are on the line with Juan Roque, as always, and my partner in crime, the Rhino Ryan Knowles, and talking about UCLA's offense. ASU is going to be facing a new look Bruin offense. However, it's not really a new look for ASU because Noel Mazzoni is the new offensive coordinator. Right. And what you've looked at right now as far as their skill positions, as far as quarterback, wide receiver, running back, what are the key players that you feel are on this offense? What have you seen?
It is a different offense because
they run the ball.
Under Neuheisel, well, a little bit more. I mean, under Neuheisel, they ran the pistol. That was a lot. There were a lot of runs in that offense. But this new pro style, they got him passing a little bit more. But it's still a run first offense, in my opinion. And when you have a young quarterback like Brett Hundley, obviously we talked about him, local product. He's a stud. I mean, he was considered this kind of the savior of the program when he signed here. He's a redshirt freshman. He's tall. He's athletic. He can get out and move. I mean, he can really scramble. And he's thrown for over 1,900 yards and 14 touchdowns, only 7 interceptions this year. But he's also rushed for 240 yards and 5 touchdowns this year.
Another running quarterback.
I mean, he is a running quarterback. So the linebackers have got to be able to spy, keep him contained because he can get out and run. He can run for big plays, no doubt. But the workhorse and the stud of this offense, and what it revolves around, is really the play of their running back, Jonathan Franklin.
Yeah, he's good.
He's an NFL caliber back. He's got very good acceleration. He's got great vision. He's leading the conference in rushing, 878 yards on 130 carries and 4 touchdowns. However, since he had 3 week 1 against Rice, he's only had 1 rushing touchdown so far this season. So, I mean, he's averaging almost 7 yards a carry. They got some other backs, but he has almost 100 carries more than the next closest guy.
So he's their guy.
He's their horse. A lot, absolutely. And you're going to see Damian Thigpen, their kick returner. He's the speed guy, and Jordan James contributed a little bit in the running game. But when you talk about a Noel Mazzoni offense, you talk about the swing pass.
Absolutely.
And they use that a lot.
And they will use it again.
A couple guys that are among their leading receivers are running backs. Stephen Manfro, he's at 23 receptions. I talked to Jordan James, he's got 19. They're Jamal Miles types. They catch a lot of passes out of the backfield. They line up in different positions. He's going to use them a lot in the offense to try to get them out to the edge. Right. and use that spread offense that they love to run and get the playmakers out in space. So and then of course talking about the wide receivers, you got Shaquille Evans, a Notre Dame transfer. He's dangerous in the slot, creates a lot of mismatch. He's 6'1", 205. He's had 28 catches for over 400 yards and a couple touchdowns this year. He's a very good player for them. And then one of their biggest receiving threats is tight end Christian Foria, 19 receptions and 5 touchdowns this year for 240 yards. He's big. I mean, he's 6'8". From a tight end position.
That's a big tight end.
He's an excellent safety valve and red zone target for Hundley. And for some of you who may remember the name Foria, his uncle Christian played 13 years in the NFL, right. So he's got that lineage, that bloodline. He is an outstanding player for them. And Brett Hundley's got a lot of targets, a lot of talent on that offense. But I mean, it really flows through Franklin. But he can get out and make plays himself. So it's a lot of things ASU needs to game plan around.
Right, and let's talk about the guys that are going to be blocking for the skill positions, the quarterback and the running backs. UCLA has a very young offensive line right now. They start 2 redshirt freshmen, a true sophomore, a true freshman, and a senior. Unit has played well in the run game, surprisingly well.
Yeah.
They've gained an average of 206 yards a game and 5 yards a carry. That's not conducive to what you think when you think of true freshmen, redshirt freshmen, and sophomores starting on line. They've been playing very well. Pass blocking, it's a little bit iffy. At times they're giving up 21 sacks.
When you have a quarterback who can scramble like Hundley can,
they're giving up 21 sacks.
Yeah, that is a
3
lot.
per game.
That is a lot. But I mean, Hundley has the ability to extend plays pretty well, and Jonathan Franklin definitely, I think, makes them all look good at least a few times a game. So, I mean, but it's good that they're blocking as well as they have. I mean, they're definitely a part of a 1,000+ yard rushing unit. So, I mean, this is a run first offense, and that's what ASU, I feel like, it needs to focus on. I mean, they're still the number 1 in total, leading the conference in total defense, pass defense, sacks, and tackles for loss. They need to live up to that.
Right, and the one player that we need to watch is right tackle Simon Goins. This kid is a true freshman, 6'7", 324 pounds. He is playing a lot better than some upperclassmen tackles in his first year starting in the Pac-12. This kid has Jonathan Ogden written all over him. I have no doubt this guy's going to be an All-American. He's number 70. Keep your eyes on that kid. That's a future star. And, of course, Joe Baca is their stud. Their stud senior. He's been starting since he was a true freshman. Hasn't reached the upper echelons right now. Hasn't been an all-conference, all-American type, but he does stabilize that line. So definitely a lot to look at in this game with ASU's defense against UCLA's offense. And when we come back, we're going to be talking about that ASU defense and what the key matchups are and stopping the Bruin attack. Don't go away.